All right, so I'm going to walk through how to create a sloping floor so that you could put a drain there, and that way if you're doing something in your laundry room and your washer floods, your water heater floods, or something like that, it'll not flood your entire house. So what I would recommend is building out your whole laundry room, utility room first. So that way you know where like cabinets are and things like that, because that might come into play with what you do with your floor. So I have all of that done. And at the end of this video, I will show you where to find all of the different things that you might need. Why did that sync get weird? So now that I have everything done, I'm going to make my floor. So I'm going to do it the same way I normally do. I'm just not going to worry about saving right now. If you made this in your own, like a new blank document like me, or if you attached it to your living room, kitchen, dining room, make the floor in whatever way works for you. So I just have all my walls picked, or maybe you need to use lines or squares. I'm just going to do a 4-inch slab in here, nothing fancy. You might see in like a nicer laundry room or utility room like ceramic tile in there. I'm just going to do a slab, make it easy, pretend this is in my basement or something. So I have my 4-inch slab and I'm going to do green check mark. So I have that all done. While my floor is blue, or if you accidentally click off, you might have to go to the 3D view to click it again, but you want your floor to be selected, and we are going to add a point. So what this does is allow you to pick a point to reshape the floor to make it sloped. So I'm going to kind of put mine more over by like the water heater furnace area, but if you want it in the middle, if you have it too close to a cabinet, it could not make that floor level to put a cabinet there. So I don't want it too close to my cabinets. So I'm going to try right there. And then I'm going to do modify sub element. So I can click on this and now I can set a measurement to it. So I want it to go down. So I need to click on it. Negative, we'll do 2 inches first. So just a little slope to the floor to help it drain if anything does happen. And then I just click my modify button. And now if I look at my 3D view, there is a very, very slight drain to the floor. If you were to go too extreme with this, let's see if I can do that quick. I lost my point. If you went too extreme with your slope, it could be crazy to walk on, and your floors might not sit flat because it is sloping from the wall. I lost it. Because it is sloping all the way from the wall. You could split your line in your floor and make it a sub thing where the slope starts at the edge of the cabinet or the edge of something to do that. So that would kind of be in our same modify sub elements. We could add a split line or edit the boundary and do almost like 2 pieces of floor in there. There's lots of ways depending on what you need to do, but you're just going to add a point, modify it, set your depth to -2 inches, and then we can find a floor drain to go on there. And I'm going to show you where to find all the different stuff that maybe you can't find. So under components, let's get back to our normal US. So your washer and dryer are going to be in specialty equipment. There is under domestic, washer dryer stack, or just a washer, or just a dryer. High end, I don't think there's anything in here. Under high end, mid range, there's a different dryer, washer dryer combo, washer front load, washer top load. So there's one dryer front load. So the mid range does give you a couple more options for configuration of them if you have a preference. So that's your washer and dryer. For the water heater and stuff, let's get back into that. So let's start with electrical, and this will be your electrical terminal, your electrical panel in your house. So it's under electrical, architectural, electrical power, distribution, electrical panel. And there it is. And that has to attach to a wall. So you can see it'll attach to a wall in there. So next, let's do water heater. That is under plumbing, architectural, fixtures, nope, equipment, water heaters. There it is. Also in here for under fixtures with sinks, there is like a mop sink. This would be like on the floor. You could do in your like utility laundry room just a round sink or just like a single sink. There is online in our Revit files online a more like utility looking sink, and I'll show you that real quick. So this lives at kind of the top of our Schoology page, download Revit components. If you go to this Google folder, and the easiest way is to open up this slideshow, and it's kind of split up. Once it loads, it'll tell me what slide to go to. You can see this laundry sink. So it's more of like a freestanding solid sink. There's also 2 different washer dryers in there. There's all kinds of stuff that you could add. So this laundry sink, $15.45. I could go back, find laundry, and it's called laundry sink $15.45. I could download it. And then in Revit, I can go to my computer, downloads, laundry sink. It's going to upgrade it. And it has to go on a wall. So maybe you want that sink instead of like a normal sink. We also had in that plumbing drains. So let me get back into my Imperial. Plumbing, architectural, fixtures, drains, floor drain. And basically it just, I don't know why it yelled at me the first time, but that's just to say that it's a floor drain. And it won't show up in the 3D view because this is a 2D, and that's okay. So that was a sink, a water heater, your floor drain. I did the electrical panel. Let's do the furnace. So this is under mechanical, architectural, air side component, furnaces, furnace. So there is like your standing furnace you'd find like in your basement. In here it'd be like other things like your air conditioner for the outside. I'm not really sure what those are, like registers and like to let floor clump through, heat distribution if you wanted a radiator, but not so much important. Water side components. A boiler is like a large building boiler. It's like what we have here at school. So with that, if you have washer, dryer, a sink, a place for some storage or folding clothes, you could add other things in here too. I kind of kept a pretty modest size space. Water heater, furnace, electrical panel, and a sloping floor. You are going to do like our same normal sheets. So a floor plan sheet with this on it, and then with the 3D view, some of you have figured this out already on how to hide walls. So I did that on here, but I'll show you how to hide walls and unhide walls. So with this view, and with it being such a small room, it's hard to like get a good 3D view without it just being an overhead, and that's not really 3D. So to hide a wall, you click on it, regular left click, and then you're on a right click and do hide in view elements. And you could do a couple, and then you'd be able to do your rendering, and you can see this box on the wall, that is our electrical panel. And to bring walls back, there is a little light bulb at the bottom of the screen, and now you can click on the wall again, right click, unhide element, and you can bring it back. So you are doing your 2 sheets. A sheet of the floor plan with your dimensions, and a sheet of the 3D and rendering, remove walls if necessary, like I showed you in there. So that is the very basics on how to do some of this, how to find some of your items, and let me know if you need any help.